Fidget here. I just thought I'd like to do a little update because it's been a while since I've actually sort of talked generally about all my dolls. Obviously there's been a lot with little Fidget here. He's currently in the wig that I made him, and I made him sort of spontaneous little antenna. They're not what I had planned. I'd actually planned to make some little curly dreadlocked, felted magnetic antenna, but I was just sort of sitting here looking at my workstation and I saw a bit of copper wire hanging around and I thought, oh, get a matchstick or a toothpick, whatever they are, and twist the wire around them, and they've made quite a cute little lopsided kind of antenna for him. So yes, that's just me and Fidget. Nothing too major going on there. Well, other than I've probably just given it away actually, because he's going to be a familiar face now. I just used him as the subject for a photography competition for the London, the Pygmalion Con that's coming up, and turns out it was the only entry. So yeah, so that's him. I want to show, I couldn't wait not to show Rose anymore, but there are certain elements of her that I can't show until the con's over and all the sort of dress competitions have been done. And by the way, there's still tickets available, I think, for like another week. So yeah, get on DOA and have a look. It's the one in London. But I did, it's generic, the body blushing that I did in a video quite a while ago. It's very generic, so I can show that. That's, and that's going to be under clothes anyway. But there's parts of her that I don't want to show because I don't want to. It's not going to give much away really, but obviously I don't want to show her face because that's got a whole new face up. But what I did want to show was that I sort of revisited the sueding, because after playing with her for quite a bit, I decided that the doll in mind bodies, they're really not great for posing, and especially after I'd sanded the seams, she lost a lot of traction in her head and stuff. And I only did some very sort of basic sueding in like the thigh joint area. But I revisited that, and I've had a change of heart. So obviously this is my progress in the doll hobby, with good and bad points. And one of them was my decision that slightly rough hot glue sueding worked really well and held the joints. I've changed my mind. I actually went back, I revisited it, and I sueded all the socket joints, more or less, except for maybe in the elbows, but I did in the shoulders, in the top of the head, in the midriff socket, both thighs and both knees, and I used the paper technique, so you put the hot glue on and then you smooth it down with the paper and you get a nice smooth loop right round the socket. And I even managed to do it while she was still strung. So as long as you do it half at a time and you keep the string out of the way of the hot glue, it's possible to do that. Don't do it if you feel nervous in any way, or if you've never done it before, don't do it that way at all. But I felt confident enough and it worked as well. And I just wanted to show you, if you had a doll in mind doll and you've had trouble or you didn't like it, the difference that the sueding actually makes is, I mean, it's such a huge difference. And her arms will stay out instead of falling down, no matter how. And I restrung her quite tightly as well. And also, they put the knot in the head. I changed that. I've put the knot inside in her midriff, because then that means that you've got a slightly better head moving. I found that the knot was tricky in the top of the head. You had to move the S hook and make sure the knot was out of the way and everything. Sorry. I've got the camera attached to a mirror, so I'm half looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm also half looking at the reflection of the screen of the camera, and I'm not actually looking at you. So hello, and all my lovely, I've got 17 subscribers. Yay, I'm really happy. So hello, and thank you very much. You're very patient people. So yeah, I haven't bothered blushing the back of her at all. I probably should have warned about dolly nudity, because I tried to go for vaguely realistic. But if you remember what I did to her face, it was quite skin tone blushed. I mean, it's quite a lot darker than her actual skin colour. So just natural sunlit areas in the chest and the neck. I just wanted to get into sync with her face. and I thought, oh, whilst I'm there, I'll give them a bit more realism. And I'm quite happy with it for my first go, and it seems to be holding quite well. A couple of coats of MSE afterwards holds it all on just fine. So yeah, and I'm not sure how well it's, sorry, I'm just looking at the camera angle, I don't know how well it shows up in the bright light and everything. There's not really much of a way of shading the light in here. It's a bit rubbish. I'll try put in the, I don't think that helps one little bit. No, she just looks blue now, which doesn't help at all. Okay, so yeah, so that's Rose. Again, I've been working recently on, just sit her down, she sits as well, which is quite a miracle, and stays sat up. I've been working today and yesterday on a new wig for her. I bought a square of mohair off of eBay ages ago, mainly from, now was it before or after? Just mainly from the success I had making the black wig that I did for the SD size head. So, and I wanted her, I mean, she's got sort of brown hair anyway. The wig that I got with her is kind of brown. This is a little bit darker. There it is. So there's a bit of a difference, but I wanted her hair to be a bit more sort of rough and ready. Well, once I've finished her current look, you'll get to see that. But I'm quite happy that there's a bit of paper in there, if you're wondering. It's not dodginess showing through, because it's really hard with this stuff. When you turn in the edges, obviously you're turning in all the long hair as well, so it's just, you kind of lose the middle of the wig eventually. But yeah, it's definitely in need of a bit of styling. It's nice that some of the hair falls into her face, but all of the hair falling into her face probably isn't a good look. A bit like me. Get that out of the way. Judge, over there, is busy reading a book. I probably can't get him over here without the book falling off. Oh, yes I can. Here he is, having a little read. Hey boy, you're getting a bit ignored, aren't you? But he stands around overseeing everything that's been going on at the moment. You might have seen a few, if you've looked at my Flickr, you might have seen a few pictures of him looking after Fidget when Fidget first turned up. Not too impressed there, I don't think. But he hopefully has a little treat today. Oh, he doesn't want to stand, that's unusual. There we go. And I've probably ruined all the focus now. No, still in focus. I got a package. So this is kind of a package opening video as well. So I'll get on with that right now. And this I found again on, actually why don't I? Sorry, nice to see you, Judge, but go back over there. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. This is from Fair Wish on Angel Unlimited. I was just looking for general stuff. I mean, I don't have a huge amount of money to spend on doll things. That's why none of them have really got any brand new outfits, or, you know, shoot, I was a bit disappointed when Rose didn't come with any shoes, because it's all a bit of a luxury for me. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you, Fair Wish. Ditto. Oh, that's really cute. Little friendship bears on the stationery. What does it say? Peace Monty or something. I think it's French, I'm not sure. But oh dear, I'm making a right piece of this. But I've ordered some, well, not ordered, I just bought from her a pair of eyes and a t-shirt, and oh look, there's something else. Oh, exciting! But I thought I'd treat Judge, because he hasn't had a lot of attention recently. Oh, that feels lovely. So I bought him a little t-shirt. Can you see that? And it's a manga. It's an anime of, oh no, I should have written it down. Inuyasha. Inuyam something or other, and I think it's really popular and it's series run in America and everything. But the reason why I got it is because the con coming up in November is fairy tale themed, and the translation, when I looked it up on Wikipedia, the translation of this was a feudal fairy tale. So I thought, how appropriate. Why don't I get that for Judge? Because Judge isn't getting dressed up or anything, he's just going as is. And I thought I'd just get him a t-shirt to hang out in. So yes, I will get that on him, and no doubt take a little picture and stick that on the end of the video. And the eyes, I couldn't resist. I've seen these in a lot of dolls and I think they're gorgeous. I don't have a plan for them at the moment, but I think once I'm done with Rose for this look that she's going for, she may very well have a go on these. And they are a pair of the Doll Zone. Let me get right in. Can I get in on that? You know, the Doll Zone glass. I don't know. Senva just recently called them jelly eyes. The Junkie Spot are doing the acrylic version, the jelly eyes, and I did look at those, and they're $9.99 or something in Junkie Spot, which is really good. So over here, what's that? That's about £6, something like that. £6. Sorry, speak English, not Cockney. But I just figured that even with the customs and shipping and all that kind of stuff, and if I did order from Junkie Spot, I'd have to order loads to make it worthwhile, and I couldn't do it. So I got these, which are a little bit more expensive obviously, but would work out about the same, so I went for the Doll Zone glass ones. So these are my first pair of glass eyes. I have actually, I might have a quick, I've got Judge's spare head here, and I might just have a quick little ooh, my fingers are too... Oh, look at that. Wow. That's lovely. I don't know, I'm just holding it in. I've got no putty, and that's another thing I don't own, is a decent amount of putty. But, oh, spooky. So, yeah. Oh, talking to spooky, damn, I was going to get out all my Halloween-y, themey, other dolls and figures and stuff like that. Completely forgot. I'll just go and get them and line them up later and stick that at the end probably. I'm so organised. Not. So, yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Well, they're brilliant. They're really nice. I'm really happy with that. That's really good quality, the t-shirt as well. It's lovely. It's nice and stretchy as well. That's great. Not even engaging with my audience. Hello, lovely audience. Sorry. Little big fat red hand. Am I in? Am I in? I'm in. I'm in. Okay. What's this little extra? This is quite sweet. Feels lumpy. Lumpy, lumpy. What have I got? Oh, oh my god. Oh well, how weird is that? She must have known. They are... sort of trinket or something on that, it will look like a necklace, but they were really cute. And yes, he had his little photo shoot with those on. But yeah, I just thought I'd show those because I'm quite proud of them. So if you've never tried a toothbrush on your wig, which I'm sure you have, but yeah. That's one of those fake fur wigs though. It works very well. I don't see with Rose's old wig, or current wig or whatever, I don't really want to brush it because it's got the nice kind of separate shaggy look, and I know that if I brush it, it'll just either make it go all fuzzy or it'll make it go dead straight. So I find that the best thing for this is to find any little loops of knots or where it's all sticking out and just smooth it with my hands, because I'm just too scared to actually brush it myself. One day I will have a go at heat styling and doing things. I've done it with I've got a friend who's a wig maker, and she used to use proper metal, like sort of soldering iron type things, and you know, because it's not a real person, it's a wig that she's styling. And even things like heating up knitting needles, anything metal, if you can heat it up and wrap the hair around it and just, you know, maybe use a hairdryer. You can bake. Oh, no, you can't. I'm not going to recommend anything. But anyway, at some point I will experiment and report my findings like a scientist, doll scientist. So yeah, so that's that. I wish I could show you her face, but I can't. I don't want to, because I want her to be a nice, I hope, surprise for the lovely people that I'll be meeting at the doll fair, the Pygmalion doll comic. Oh God, what's the matter with me? At the con. I've never had a bloopers reel before. Normally I'm quite with it, but it's late, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to do an update and do an opening. And should be watching the film. Probably halfway through, but never mind. Yeah. Judge. Say something clever. Actually, he is quite clever because he's reading a book that's in German. So there we go, he's just become bilingual. I wonder what else he speaks. I've had a couple of comments about my it's really impressive today. Enough of that, enough of me. And more dolly stuff please, Sue. Shut up, and more with the dolls. Okay, bye! Blah, 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 blah.